Hi, Christian. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Hello, John. I would lie if I responded that I'm okay. I don't know, but yeah, I'm all good and I can hear you all right.
Glad. You know what? Glad I called, and just a perfect time for a heart-to-heart talk, huh? So yeah, how is it going, buddy?
You know what? I don't know really. It has been so hard recently. Everything went crashing. My passion, my enthusiasm to wake up every morning and my interest are just missing. I guess maybe I am tired. I don't know. I really don't know.
You know what? I just wanted to have you. I know it's insensitive for me to say that it's okay when it's not, but sometimes it is okay not to be okay, and let just the world be as it is. If you wanted to cry, then cry. It is normal to feel that way. Yeah, maybe because of the world's demand, they ask us to do this, that, be like him, and so on and so forth. I know that you will regain yourself again. I trust you.
Yeah, buddy. I know for sure that I hold full responsibility for my life. And right now, I just needed someone to talk to. And thanks God you called. Thank you,
No
John.
worries. Nothing to worries. We are here to help each other, okay? Anyhow, you know what? I remembered something that I read last week. It was a good story, though. It talks about an adventure towards pursuing our legend and also the underlying discovery as we wander the world.
Oh, really, John? It's quite interesting. My tears is just coming out. Sorry for that.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. It is
So,
not
sure.
outside. Yeah, your story is
Um,
quite interesting, so let's talk about it.
Sure. So initially, it was the adventure of a man named Santiago, a shepherd boy from small town of Andalusia. This boy opted to be a priest as per his parents, however, refused the idea because he wanted to travel the world, and so the only job that he could think of is to be a shepherd, and he decided to become one. This man was known to be adventurous, loved reading a book, strong, and wanted to learn about the wonders of the world. One day, as he sleeps at the sycamore tree nearby the abandoned church, as he always does, he always dreams of a child who always tells him that he can find a treasure in the pyramid of Egypt.
Oh, the dream again. What was that all about? Egypt? Pyramid? Treasure? Oh my god, I don't know. Maybe it's just nothing. No. Oh my god, what was that dream? I guess. Oh my god. I guess it is because of this book. This is not a thick book. This is so thin. Maybe someday I will start reading a much thicker book because such lasts longer and is comfortable to be a pillow.
In his curiosity, he thinks of a place called Tarifa. He remembers that in that place, there was a woman who interprets a dream. He went to a place where the woman who he thought was a gypsy resided.
My god! That's a little bit creepy. So, is it obvious that I'm a little bit nervous? I don't know! I don't know. I asked for that person to interpret my dreams, yet she only told me that my dream is simply a dream. A dream in the language of world. However, the question that lingers my mind is that why would she even told me to go to the pyramids of Egypt and find the treasure? And even ask for a one-tenth of it. Really, I don't know. I am very confused of it. The question I have really right now is that how should I go to Egypt? How?
Then there is a man named Melchizedek, the king of Salem, who offered help in exchange for one tenth of the sheep. But before that, the funny thing, buddy, he just sat beside Santiago and asked for a drink. And in mind of Santiago, how could this man just sitting next to me and ask for one tenth of my sheep? Funny, right?
You know what? Precisely. If I were Santiago, I will choose another 10 violence. I will kill them.
But you know what? The strange thing that made Santiago's mind is when the man took a stick and write all the names of his family, including a woman she adores, on the sand of the plaza. So that changed his. They went into a negotiation, asked for Santiago's terms and condition. Instead of a one-tenth of a sheep, he will give the one-tenth of the treasure. But the man refused. He mentioned that he will lose the desire to fulfilling it because he does not have it at the moment.
You know what? That's funny. The man is a great negotiator.
I
Shucks.
agree. I agree. Now, as they part ways, this man provided a stone named Urim and Thummim. The black stone Urim means yes, and the other one is white means no. So Santiago went to Africa. It was a city called Tangier. The saddest part was the first time he stepped foot in that place, he trusted a boy Mark and he was robbed. So
Is
Santiago
the boy
felt
Santiago or not?
that's Santiago. So initially Santiago left no penny to survive.
Okay. How could this world be so cruel? I never imagined that I was in a den of thieves. I was deceived. I was deceived by the person I trusted the most. Now, I am left with no penny. I have no more money to go to Egypt. I trusted that person because he told me that he will buy a camel to go to the pyramids of Egypt. But no, he only deceived me. He's just stole my money. I am so ashamed of myself. God, is this how you repay your faithful servants? Is this how you repay your people? Is this how you treat those people who believe in your dreams? Oh God, answer me! Now that I'm all alone, I will never trust anyone again. I swear to God, I will never trust anyone again.
Considering all the things that happens to Santiago at the market, what do you think he did next?
You know what? I'm left clueless. I think he bought a sheep and returned to his country. Is that it?
Well, Santiago has a second thought regarding that one, but the best thing was he did not stop from there, Mark. So he used the money to join a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert to continue his journey towards the treasure. Right? So in this journey, Mark, he met an Englishman as an aspirant to become an alchemist who is in search of the alchemist to ask for a question regarding the process of becoming one. But you know what? During the caravan, Santiago meets someone who regains his spirit. He meets a lovely lady named Fatima. Then they fell in love with each other and they promised to meet as Santiago continues his quest for the treasure.
It was truly love at first sight, huh?
Santiago has seen a hawk fighting in the sky. He understands the language of the world. As per him, it signifies a war.
Maybe I should tell the tribe leader that there might be an assault to happen.
So as Santiago listens to his heart and the language of the world, he was able to stop the war.
I wish I had that power as well to interpret everything in the world.
As a prize, the tribe provided money for Santiago's action. So initially, buddy, that money is enough for Santiago to stay and be with Fatima. The sweetest thing here, Fatima even insisted and assured Santiago to continue his quest, for he is a woman of desert and they all wanted to do is to wait for their loved ones to come. It was their idea that the man should pursue their personal legend.
Santiago indeed fell in love with the right person. That's very sweet at the same time sad for the women for.
After that, the people of the oasis where Fatima lived faced armed soldiers from the desert, and Santiago meets the alchemist in Al Fayum Oasis. This to continue their quest. So along the way, Santiago mentioned the Englishman as his objective to meet him. So Santiago is curious about the alchemist and asks several questions regarding the quest. So the alchemist offered a drink and advised Santiago to rest, for they will continue their journey tomorrow. They continue their journey and they saw life, an alive snake. That's the only omen that the alchemist is looking for. The journey continues. One day, there was an Arab tribe that was going to capture them. To save their life, the alchemist gave all the money of Santiago and mentioned that Santiago is an alchemist and he can turn into a wind in 3 days.
That was quite pressuring for Santiago, you know. However, this time, I pity him. Aside from the fact that he just lost all his money, now he will be turning himself into the wind.
I would react the same way, but Santiago's response was otherwise. He became preoccupied with how he'll be turning himself into the wind.
What was that all about? You gave him everything I've saved for my entire life?
Well, what's the essence of that money if we are going to die? That money just saved us for 3 days.
But I have no idea how to turn myself into the wind.
So the third day comes. The officer requested to see the boy turn himself to a wind. He speaks to the desert, wind, and sun.
Desert! Help me! I know that you have the woman I love. I need to go back. So help me. Help me turn myself into a wind.
The only help I could give you is my sand to help the wind blow, but alone, I can't do anything. You have to ask for help from the wind.
Wind! Help me! I know that a part of me is you. I do this out for love and nothing but with love. And I also know for a fact that nothing is impossible if you, the wind, will allow me to become a wind.
You're getting into my nerves. I am a proud being. Now you are insinuating my limitations? You ask heaven.
Well then, help me do that. Fill this place with sandstorm so strong that it will blot out the sun and I will be able to face the heaven and see it from my eyes without blinding myself. Sun, help me. I know for sure that you know about love. You see everything from above.
I know I can see everything, but you need to speak to the hand that wrote it all.
Hi, hear me. That was quite miraculous. I felt that it is the language of the world that leads you to nowhere and can lead you as well to somewhere.
Exactly. So to proceed, the alchemist and Santiago continued their journey. They traveled to Coptic monastery. The alchemist knocks. Now, in this part, the alchemist turns lead into gold and provided a portion of it to Santiago.
That's more than enough. I believe that you've lost your money twice. Now, I believe that everything that happens once will never happen again. But everything that happens twice will surely happen on the third time.
So Santiago continues its journey until he successfully digs in the pyramid. Then there are men who beat him and rob his money again.
The sad life of Santiago.
Exactly, buddy. That is what happens. They left with gold and Santiago with a bruise. But there is a boy that approached him and mentioned that 2 years ago, the boy had a dream to go travel to Spain. He mentioned that he needs to travel to the field of Spain and look for a ruined church where a shepherd and their sheep sleeps. Also, aside of that one, the boy also mentioned that he needs to dig at the roots of the sycamore tree. Then he would find a hidden treasure.
Shucks. Is that true? So,
Exactly.
is that the same description where Santiago lives in the beginning of the book? My God, he traveled all the way to Spain just to discover that his treasure was in the place where he used to sleep.
That was also my initial reaction, buddy. However, I would say that the travel of Santiago taught us many lessons. The importance of pursuing our personal legend.
Yes, indeed.